But make no mistake, it's not an excuse to give up. It's only to prepare you for the political battlefield ahead. So it's not just the tax hikes, the crushing government spending, the massive debt we have no money for, the inflation we're looking at ahead. It's inevitable. It's a mathematical certainty. Free speech is dead. Government spying's alive. Free speech died. It's over. You don't have the ability to speak anymore. No need to relitigate the consortium of big tech tyrants, media communists, openly practicing Soviet-style tactics right now, and leftist totalitarians. The trifecta of doom is crushed free speech. You're not going to be allowed to speak. You may not even be allowed to have a job soon. Oh, that sounds crazy. Does it really? Does it? Hearing stories left and right of people who are working for the Trump administration, minor roles too, found out on their LinkedIn pages, were fired from their jobs immediately. Oh my gosh, that happened? Yeah, that happened. That doesn't sound like we live in a free country. I told Paula last night, we don't. You remember what we live in a free country? Really? We do for liberals. You're free to say anything you want. Death threats, spy on the president of the United States, go on social media and literally post death threats to everyone, get a hashtag trending, kill Donald Trump. You're free to do whatever you want. You'll be celebrated. You'll get a contract with a blue chip company. Become a Marxism, Marxism that wiped out hundreds of millions of lives and snuffed out and imprisons minorities for decades. Black Lives Matter, an openly Marxist group. You're celebrated. You get corporate donations. That happened? Oh, yeah, that happened. I warned you about the Department of Justice and would there ever be accountability for Spygate? Just throw that garbage out the window right now. And you know what? I'm really sorry if I had any faith that was ever going to happen at some point. I think 3-4 years ago, I really thought we would get some accountability. You can throw that out the window. Government spying is alive and well. John Brennan, the former CIA director, notoriously now alleged he spied on the U.S. Senate and the incoming president of the United States. John Brennan skates scot-free. He'll sit there on Twitter and all the way, you're all communists but me. He's the actual communist. Free speech is dead. Government spying is alive. But this is a moment of unity. Yeah, wazoo, insert wazoo now. Racial discrimination is back, codified. Joe Biden wants to bring back critical race theory. Critical race theory. You know, where the color of your skin determines if you should be discriminated against. I thought that was a really bad thing. Just checking, Joe. I think as a nation, we fought a civil war against that and had a massive civil rights movement to get rid of the really morally inept, sinful stain on our society that your skin color determined anything. I really thought that was a bad idea. Joe, I'm going to stick to that's a bad idea. Knowing you, I can assume faithfully you're going to stick to that too. Yeah. I didn't even have to get because I know Joe. I know Joe pretty well. I'm going to stick to that idea. That putting people in boxes, good and bad, based on their skin color, is a really bad idea. But no, we're back to critical race theory that if you're born white, we haven't even figured out what white means yet. The media declassifies and reclassifies people as white as they see fit. Remember the guy in Florida involved in that incident? I forget his name, the shooting incident with the young black man. They call him white Hispanic. Hispanic. What was it? So the classification shit, but racial discrimination is back. Matter of fact, Biden said it. Remember, we're going to give priority to black and Hispanic businesses with taxpayer money. I thought that was illegal. I thought we delegated our taxpayer money based on things like need and stuff like that. Stupid me. The morons on Facebook, Fakebook. The sleazeball losers at Fakebook, they added missing context to another section of our Facebook page. Facebook's a total joke, and I can't encourage you in strong enough terms to abandon either Facebook or Twitter. So racial discrimination is back under Biden, but it's a moment of unity. Weak-kneed, sissy Republicans. I'm so tired of you losers, I can't even take it. But Dan, you're going to tell us at the end of the show not to start a third party because it's strategically buffoonery. It has never worked because it can't. Do you believe in math? It can't work. The evidence is everywhere. From John Anderson to Ross Perot to Teddy Roosevelt. It has never worked. Why would you try something that has no evidence of working? It's our Republican Party. We built it. It's filled with losers because we let people win primaries by not showing up and voting who were losers. There's 75 million of us. Why are we abandoning an entire ticket on a ballot that we built because a couple of losers have taken it over? I'm sorry. I'm not going to fall in line with that. All right. Because I want to get the bad news out of the way. I want to get to just the worst part of all this, because this is, and believe me when I tell you this, this is the worst part. The media bootlicking is back. Listen, I'm not covering this to do, someone sent me an email. I always break down the fourth wall. Criticisms and comments, I welcome them on our email account because it helps me. I'm isolated here, ladies and gentlemen. I live in I don't get out of my house much. I'm not kidding. I'm isolated here. I watch the news. I talk to people rarely anymore. It's for a lot of reasons, but it's true. So I appreciate your comment. And a lady sent me criticism this morning and said, listen, you're doing too much of this kind of, hip, cool, bash the media stuff. Folks, I'm not doing it for the reasons you think. I'm doing it to set you up so you understand that corruption and tyranny flourish with a compliant bootlicking media. It's the reason this stuff is allowed to happen. Logan Act violations, like the Bidens talking to the Death to America Iranians before they got in their administration. That the big guy taking payoffs from China and his son taking payoffs from communists in Russia. The reason that's allowed to flourish is precisely because the media is not we don't have a media anymore. We have full-time propaganda Pravda Soviets.
You just heard Dan Bongino.